Westover Warriors, and welcome to the August UTA. Chief Cox and I just wanted to welcome you and just go over a few things. Chief, I've had a great summer. How about you? Let me just hit the wave tops on a couple of events here. So obviously near and dear to everyone's heart is the gate. So as you probably have noticed, we've changed the hours to the gate now. So the industrial gate or the Westover gate, however you know it, that is now our 24-hour gate, and the James Street gate is now closed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I heard everyone's concerns. We looked at all the data and we're able to make some good adjustments there. Security forces right now still has some limitations, so we'll look at trying to tweak those hours a bit. But for now, I think it's a huge win and should help out many of our reservists with their travel. Obviously, fitness. There's been a bunch of disparate news on the fitness program and basically mixed messages there. So here's the bottom line. Sickle cell trait has been an issue that the command has been concerned over. And because of that, there's been a couple different messages that come out. So the bottom line is we're going to take and do our fitness testing this UTA as normal with the following exception. If anyone has sickle cell trait as an issue, and you can figure this out based on your IMR, you will not test this UTA. The requirement is that you have to have 2 counseling sessions and view a video. There's a new questionnaire that needs to be answered that will actually ask if you have sickle cell trait. For all others that do not have the sickle cell trait as an issue, you'll do your questionnaire, show up, and fitness test as normal. Right now, throughout the wing, there's a small percentage of our folks that are affected by this, so we should be able to get the fitness test done without issues there. Another big topic for everyone is our budget. The bottom line here is that AFRIC has basically taken all funds from all the wings up to the AFRIC level to address the shortfalls throughout the command. And right now, what we have to operate from is what we have for the remainder of the fiscal year. We may have some small dropout of funds for the O&M side, but pretty much the pay that we have right now for RPA, RMPs is limited. So if you have a duty already performed that's unobligated, that'll go as normal. Anything new is going to require higher headquarters approval, and at this point, those funds are very tight. Another exciting event for this UTA is going to be the exercise we're doing with our cargo deployment function. For a period of time on Saturday morning, the hangar Ave will be closed for a few hours to allow the transportation of all the cargo over to the hangar. But again, a 2-day event, looking forward to getting out there and seeing everyone in action, doing what we do best, and that's getting ready to deploy and go out there and show off how good we are. The last thing I want to finish off before I turn it over to the Chief, that's talking about the innovation and the Commander's Action Line. The innovation event, we had a first annual innovation event that we hosted a few weeks ago on a Friday afternoon. That was intended to get the arts and the civilians out there to kind of break the ice on innovative ideas. And I'm happy to report that there was over 30 suggestions that were put forward. I'm unfortunately going to have to tell everyone that the suggestion for Hot Tub Tuesday is not going to happen. But otherwise, there's some great initiatives there, and we'll have some further reporting on that as we go forward. So, Chief, I understand we have some fun stuff this UTA, so why don't you tell us about it? That's great, Chief. I look forward to getting up there myself. All right, so I'd like to wrap up with a challenge for everyone. So this UTA is we get back from having a break from our July UTA. I challenge you to go out there and talk to someone new, someone that you don't know within the wing. Ask them a little about themselves and ask them how they're doing and thank them for what they do. It's just a great way to go out there and build that morale across the wing. And again, get to know someone that you don't know and see how they're doing to be able to help out and be a good wingman. Otherwise, Chief, as always, we're Westover Warriors. Patriot proud!
Hello, I am W.C.Pope, and this is your WNN50 news briefs for August 2019. Westover Road Gate has returned to being the main gate with 24-hour operations. The James Street Gate will be open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and on UTA weekends. All other weekends it will be closed. And remember, anytime you're driving down James Street or Westover Road, follow the speed limit. The fire department is hosting a Red Cross Adult Pediatric CPR AED course on Wednesday, August 21st from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. It will be held in a temporary facility next to the main fire station. You must sign up no later than August 14th. Once registered, you will be sent an email link that will be to an online course you must complete before the 21st hands-on portion of the course. To register, email Assistant Chief Scott Carey. Command Chief Master Sergeant Chin Cox will be holding a professional development class on Saturday of the UTA from 11:30 to 12:30 at the club, which will be in the lounge annex. Drop in with your lunch and be mentored by the top enlisted airmen on base. The Public Affairs walk-in studio time for official photos is UTA Saturdays from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Also, Public Affairs will be closed Sundays for training. ESGR is now accessible on base during UTA weekends. The employer support of the Guard and Reserve will now have an office in 1850, the headquarters building, right outside the Mission Support Group office.
Hi, I'm Dan Early, Military Outreach Director for the Employment Support of Guard and Reserve. ESGR is a Department of Defense program that develops and promotes supportive work environments for service members and the reserve components through outreach, recognition, and educational opportunities that increase awareness of applicable laws and resolve employment conflicts. An ESGR volunteer will be on base during drill weekends at base headquarters to assist the members and answer questions and direct them to assistance.
Westover has a number of very active groups on base, so if you want to be part of an organization of your peers, help out the local community, help out your fellow airmen, and improve things on base, join your rank-specific organization whose meetings are held on UTA weekends. The Rising Six meets on Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 and meet in Building 1100, that's the chapel building. Also on Saturday, the Top 3 organization meets at the Westover Club from 2 to 3 p.m. The Chiefs group will be held on Sunday from 11 to 12 p.m. at the MPF building in 1875. PME testing will be held at the training office in Building 1875 on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. The club will be hosting a beach party on Saturday evening of the August UTA from 4 to 11 p.m. Come out and enjoy the games, prizes, DJ, appetizers, and everyone's favorite, the bounce house. Have you had a little too much to drink on Friday or Saturday night? Well, there's no reason for anyone to get hurt. Let your fellow airmen give you a lift. Westover now has a designated driver program to give you a safe ride home. The name of the program is Airmen Against Drunk Driving.
So AADD is Airmen Against Drunk Driving. It's a program that we're implementing here at Westover to pick up any service member who's outside of out drinking, and we're going to bring them back to their residence for drill weekend. So they get there safely without any DUIs or causing any injuries to themselves or to anybody in the public. My role in AADD is I am the treasurer, so any funds that come in to help support the volunteers, I give them gas cards to put back in their gas tanks. If you'd like to be a volunteer driver for AADD, you can reach out to Staff Sergeant Michi over at AMDS. AADD will provide rides starting on Friday of the UTA between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. For Friday and Saturday of the UTA. When we're up and running, a member can press a button on the Westover app and notify us when they need a ride and be picked up. So there's no reason that an airman should be driving under the influence when Westover has implemented AADD. This program needs volunteer drivers, so please reach out to Staff Sergeant Michi at AMDS if you'd like to volunteer. Our goal is to be fully established and up and running by the September UTA. During the beach party on Saturday during the UTA, we will have limited drivers at the club.
The clinic's UTA walk-in times will be Saturday 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. Looking for some spiritual guidance on the reserve weekend? Well, the Catholic Mass will be held at St. Anne Parish off base at 30 College Street on Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 12 p.m. College Street is just off James Street. The Protestant Mass is Sunday at the base chapel, Building 1100, and that will be held from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. The Women's Equality Day event is coming and will be held on the base ellipse, or in case of rain, the Civilian Personnel Classroom in Building 1850. This event is from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on August 26 and will be conducted by Dr. Annette Mandley. Remember, the Chicopee Boys and Girls Club is offering daycare service to airmen on UTA weekends. Contact Airmen and Family Readiness at 3027 for all the details and to sign up. The fire department would like to remind everyone of the regulations on grilling at Westover. Grills are not to be used within 10 feet of any building, and fire exits in particular, the grill cannot be less than 20 feet in front and 10 feet to the sides of the door. Never store gas cylinders inside a building. LP gas is heavier than air and will collect at the lowest point. When transporting a cylinder, make sure it is upright and you leave your windows down just in case it's leaking. If you have more questions about this, contact the Fire Prevention Office at extension 2960. And coming in September, for all you supermen and superwomen out there, the Alpha Warrior Air Force Fitness Challenge will be here at Westover on September 7th. Similar to the television show, they will be bringing the battle rig with its 11 obstacles and will introduce airmen to an interesting and dynamic physical fitness program. Watch for more on our next month's broadcast. You can see individual WNN50 stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. If you're on the base network, they can also be accessed on the Z Drive. Dig down to the PA Public folder and you'll find the Channel 50 archive there. That ends another monthly broadcast. This is W.C.Pope for the Westover News Network.
So AADD is Airmen Against Drunk Driving. It's a program that we're implementing here at Westover to pick up any service member who's outside of out drinking, and we're going to bring them back to their residence for drill weekend. So they get there safely without any DUIs or causing any injuries to themselves or to anybody in the public. My role in AADD is I am the treasurer, so any funds that come in to help support the volunteers, I give them gas cards to put back in their gas tanks. If you'd like to be a volunteer driver for AADD, you can reach out to Staff Sergeant Michi over at AMDS. AADD will provide rides starting on Friday of the UTA between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. For Friday and Saturday of the UTA. When we're up and running, a member can press a button on the Westover app and notify us when they need a ride and be picked up. So there's no reason that an airman should be driving under the influence when Westover has implemented AADD. This program needs volunteer drivers, so please reach out to Staff Sergeant Michi at AMDS if you'd like to volunteer. Our goal is to be fully established and up and running by the September UTA. During the beach party on Saturday during the UTA, we will have limited drivers at the club